Hello everyone, this is Keshav. I have secured All India rank 312 in the recent UPSC CAPF exam. Welcome to this new video. In this video, we'll be discussing the PYQs of science which were asked in CAPF 2022 and detailed solution along with the value addition for the 2023 and 2024 has been already uploaded on our channel, so you can watch them. And let's start with the video. So first question is trough and ridge are. So trough and ridge are elongated area of low pressure and high pressure respectively. Trough is of low pressure whereas ridge is of high pressure. Second one is the organisms that prefer high salt concentration habitats referred to as, they are called as halophiles. Halophiles are organisms that prefer high salt concentration. And then all alkaliphiles are organisms that can tolerate high alkaline pH. And then calcifuges, these are basically plants that live at low pH and grow in low calcium soil. They are called as calcifuges. And then nitrophiles are plants that live in nitrogen rich soil. The next question is about which of the following animals has four chambered heart. So the right answer would be crocodile, and all the other reptiles has three chambered hearts. Next is which of the following combinations correctly represents the genetic materials in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So in prokaryotes, the nucleode represents the genetic materials, while in eukaryotes, chromatin represents the genetic materials. In prokaryotes, nucleate, and in eukaryotes, chromatin. Just remember this. Lysosomes, which are also called as suicidal bags of cells, are sacs of the cell filled with digestive enzymes, and these digestive enzymes are synthesized by, so these are synthesized by rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is a very important question and has been asked several times, so just remember this, that lysosomes are synthesized by rough endoplasmic reticulum. And then the next question is about which of the following best represents the cells of a meristem of a plant. So the cells of a meristem of a plant contains dense cytoplasm, thin cell wall, large nuclei, and absence of vacuoles. So here the vacuoles are absent, and you must know that plant cells have large vacuoles, but in meristem of plant, vacuoles are absent. Next question is related to hybridization. So one way of incorporating desired characters into crop varieties is hybridization. In this process, there is crossing between genetically dissimilar plants. This is the key point, genetically dissimilar plants. So if there would be two different plants, so it should be inter. So here in option D, it is intra. Intra means between same genes. So D would be odd one out, so it will be incorrect, and D would be correct answer. So plant nutrients are divided as micronutrients and macronutrients. So you will have to just remember the macronutrients. So nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. These six are called as macronutrients because they are majorly provided by the soil only. So here the which one of the following is an example of macronutrient. So magnesium would be correct answer. So just remember this, manganese is an micronutrient while magnesium is a macronutrient, which is also very important for the growth of plants. Next question is related to the reproduction in plants. So the buds produced in the notches along the leaf margin of bryophyllum fall on soil and develop into a new plant. So which type of reproduction is this one? So this is a type of vegetative propagation, and most of the people get confused here between budding. So just remember this, that buds produced in notches along the leaf margin of bryophyllum fall on the soil and develop into a new plant. So that's called as vegetative propagation, and it is, I think, followed in tropical rainforest also. So just remember this. Next question is related to phloem and xylem. So phloem tissues are mostly responsible for transport of, so correct answer would be D, food, and phloem carries the sugars and other organic nutrients from leaves to the plants, whereas xylem primarily transport waters and minerals from roots to the rest of the plant. So there is a trick to remember this, that the phloem sounds as food, for both start with Hindi word for. So that's the trick I used to remember. So you can also remember by using this trick. And let's see the next question. This is related to the kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So if x and y have equal masses, then velocity will be the deciding factor, and so if the velocity is 3 times, then the energy would be 3 square times, which would be 9 times. So option C would be the answer. Let's see the next question, that which one of the following is not a unit of pressure. Pressure is equal to force per area. Pascal is its SI unit, then Newton per meter square. Force per unit area. Bar is also a unit of atmospheric pressure. So joule per meter square would not be a correct answer. Next question is, which one of the following cannot be used to make a convex lens? So if you want to make a convex lens, then you will have to have a transparent medium. So aluminum is not transparent, so A would be correct answer. Glasses, sapphires and water droplets, all these are transparent. So all these can be used to make a convex lens. So A would be correct answer. And next question is, which optical phenomenon is responsible for the blue color of the sky? So D, scattering is responsible for blue color of the sky. This has been asked so many times, so just remember this. Scattering is responsible for the blue color of the sky. Next question is, which electrical device used for converting mechanical energy into electrical energy? So generator is used to produce electrical energy from mechanical energy. The next question is related to power of the lens. So the magnitude of focal length of a convex lens is 2 meter. Then what is the power of the lens? So the power of the lens is equal to 1 by f. So power is equal to 1 by 2, which would be 0.5 diopter. And if it is a concave lens, the signs will be negative. If it was to be a convex, then the sign would be positive. So here the correct answer would be minus 0.5 diopter. And the next question is, at the time of short circuit, the current in an electric circuit, it is also an important question. So at the time of short circuit, the current in an electric circuit increases very sharply, because at that point of time there is very low resistance or very negligible resistance. So that's why the current increases very sharply. Next question, here also we will use the kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So if the object's velocity momentum changes by 2 times, then the kinetic energy will change by 2 square, which will be 4 times. And then this question, here the concept of amphoteric oxide is used, that which one of the following oxides reacts with both acid and base? So the correct answer would be aluminium oxide. And aluminium oxide and zinc oxides both are amphoteric oxides, which means they show both basic as well as acidic character. Here, which one of the following makes bread soft and spongy when baking soda is added? So correct answer would be CO2. NaHCO3 is called as baking soda, but when NaHCO3 is added to bread, and then it works as a leavening agent, and it produces CO2, which produces bubble inside the bread, and that gives the fluffiness and softness and sponginess to the bread. So here the correct answer would be CO2, carbon dioxide. And then this next question, borax is prepared from sodium carbonate. Comment down the formula of borax. Then this question is related to the ore. Cinnabar is an important ore of mercury. Just remember this. This has been repeated so many times. Cinnabar is an ore of mercury. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to white gold, which is an alloy, and it is made of gold, nickel, and palladium. Gold, nickel, and palladium. Then the next question: hydrogenation of alkenes can be carried out in the presence of nickel. This is a very important question. Hydrogenation of alkenes can be carried out in the presence of nickel only, which works as a catalyst. And then the next question: calcium oxides reacts with water to produce select lime. It is an example of combination reactions. So here the equation would be CaO plus H2O, which will give CaOH whole 2. And then this next question, this is also a very important question and has been repeated so many times. So just remember this: the atomic radius of hydrogen atom is 37 picometer. I think it would be 3.7 nanometers, so 37 picometer. Then this next question is also important: which of the following is a semiconductor device that is used to increase the power of the incoming signals by preserving the shape of the original? So the correct answer would be transistor, and its main work is to amplify the electrical signals and power. Then for value addition, you can read all these 4 devices. And then the next question: that aluminium powder is used as a solid fuel for rocket engines. That's correct. And compared to liquid fuel propelled rocket engines, the thrust per amount fuel burned is higher in solid fuel propelled rocket engines. So that's incorrect. And first one is right, that aluminium powder is used as a solid fuel for rocket engines. So that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you like the video, please do subscribe the channel and join our Telegram group. I'll upload this PDF in our Telegram group only, and I'll provide the link for the same in the description and chat box. So please do join that, and thank you.